In today's video, we are diving into Figma to design this full real app for the client. Throughout this video, we will cover everything you need to know to design an app. In this video, we will cover project setting, create low fidelity and high fidelity wireframe, and also the prototype for this app. Actually, this app is for WhatsApp messages recovery, media recovery, status saving, etc. If you want to download this app from the Play Store, I'll put the link in the description so you can explore this app on your phone and then can leave a review on the Play Store. This tutorial may be a bit lengthy, but don't worry, we'll take our time and make sure you understand each step. So let's get started. Alright, so this is a short brief of the app design which is provided by him. You can see here is some data which is for every screen like splash screen, onboarding, home screens, and for these other screens. In the last we have some color codes and the font type. If we zoom it out, here's the logo of that app which is in SVG format, and here are some screenshots of the old design of that app which we will redesign in this video. So now we will create a new design file for our project. We will name it Recover App Design. Here on the left side under the pages, we will create one page for app screens, another for user guides, and the third one for the component. Before designing these app screens, we need to learn about which process we can follow to design this mobile app, how to create user guides, how to define typography, colors, how to define components, and how to design low fidelity wireframes. Let's start from the user guides. I will copy this brief to the user guide page for now. And then we will create a frame of 500 pixels of width and height. This should be for the color palette, and I will write here 01. We'll increase the font size to 40 pixels. The color should be light gray and the style should be light. Then I will write the colors and it should be bold. Then I will draw a separator line and it should be aligned in the middle. Then we will create a box for the color. This should be actually the light gray outline of that box. A little bit of roundness is needed here. Then I will duplicate this by pressing Ctrl C and Ctrl V. This should be a little smaller and will equalize the corners spacing. This time it should be filled because here should be our main colors. I will create another copy of this for the second color by dragging and holding Shift and Alt keys. Now we will copy those color codes and will stylize them here. Just like this. I will make them bold, but the code should be regular. The second one should be pure black, 6 times zeros. Now I will copy this hex code and will paste inside this box color panel. You can see the color. Similarly for the second one. Now we will create a second frame by duplicating this one. We'll rename it as typography 02. For this, we need to look back to the brief. So the font name is white encrypt I will just drag it here. The size should be about 24 and bold. It's time to create text sizes and styles for our project. So this should be our larger heading 01. The font should be white and crept. This heading should be obviously bold and will be 24 pixels. Then we will add the second heading. It should be 20 pixels. And this should be the smaller heading for bullet points, 18 pixels. Then we need a separator line of light gray color here. Here we will make paragraph sizes. Paragraph 01. It should be obviously regular, and the larger paragraph should be 18 pixels. Instead of bold, we will write here regular and 18 pixels. The second paragraph should be 14 pixels. I will make this also 14 pixels. And the third paragraph should be 12 pixels. So we have created style guides for only colors and typography for now, but you can do it for drop shadows, for corners and much more. And it is not necessary to design this style guide very fancy, but I will recommend you to design it good looking if when you are sharing your project file to your clients, so that will be a good impression. Now we will add these colors, text styles and sizes to the project. Select the color. You can see inside the fill tab there are 4 dots. Just hit that. Then click on that small plus icon. So here you can name your color like this. Hit enter. Similarly, we will add the second one, which is black. We'll name it color 2. So we have added color styles. Now we will add typography in our project. Same method here. Select the text. Then click on those 4 dots inside the text tab. Then on that plus icon, I will name it heading 01 and click on the create style button or hit enter. Similarly, the second one, and follow this process for all of these. So here on the right side, you can see the styles that we added in the project. Now we will move to the component page. First, I want to create a CTA button, so I will select the text tool and will write the button or send. I will detach this and change the size to 18 pixels and bold. Right click on the text and add to auto layout. You can increase the size of the button in this way. The text is left aligned. I want to make it center aligned. We can do this from here. The button should be actually black and the text over it should be white. A little bit of roundness is needed here. The width of the button should be 350 pixel and the height should be 60 pixel. And align this text to the center. I will name it as button and will make this component. Another thing that is needed here is the status bar. To save your time, I will just copy that from one of my old projects, voice assistant app. Here it is. Just copy it and paste it here. The color should be black here, and I will make it a component. So here are our components ready. I've just made two things, but you can make many things like checkbox, radio buttons, drop-down list, sliders, search fields, images gallery, and much more. Now let's go to the app screen page. So the first thing that we need to add here is the frame. Once you select the frame, here on the right side, we can choose a preset here. Under the phone, we will select iPhone 14, which is 390 and 844 pixel. So the frame is created. Now we will copy that status bar from the components and will paste it here. We will keep 10 pixel space from the top. The second thing is to set the layout grid here. So we will just go back to the user guide page and we'll create the same frame of iPhone 14. We'll name it grid. Then select the frame and on the right side, click on the small plus icon inside the layout grid. Click on the grid and choose column grid. So we will keep a 20 pixel margin from the sides and we'll keep the grid a little more lighter. Then we will add this grid style to the project. Same method here. Grid and create style. Now you can see from here we can use that grid throughout in our project. All the setting is done. Now we will start from the low fidelity wireframe. So I will copy this brief to our app screens page. So in the brief, the first screen is the splash screen. I will rename this to splash screen. Here we will put only the logo. I will just drag it here. So we will do the low fidelity wireframe very quickly. We don't have to worry to make all the elements exactly perfect or aligned. For the second screen, we will create a copy of this by dragging and holding Shift and Alt key. I will delete the status bar from the splash screen. So we have here the next one is onboarding. I will rename it as onboarding. So we will make two onboarding screens, one for recovery app instruction and second for permission required. I will remove this list style first. Then we will drag these bullet points here and we remove the list style. Now we'll break these lines one by one to fit the screen like this. Similarly, the second one and all of these. I will hide the grid for now. So here we will place icons for all of these points. For that we will make empty boxes for now. Press Ctrl D to duplicate these boxes. And here in the bottom we will add a skip button, and here on the right side we will add the next arrow button. So we will keep a 20 pixel margin from the bottom for the content which are in the bottom. Also, is we have kept 20 pixel margin from the sides, right? So this one should be a little darker. Now we will create another copy of this screen for the second onboarding screen by dragging and holding Shift and Alt key. I will remove these text. Then I will copy this title text by pressing Ctrl C and will paste it here by pressing Ctrl V. Then I will copy these text. I will break this line here. And this one here. So here should be their icons. Instead of the next button, we will make the done button here. For the next screen, we will create another copy of this. So this screen should be for our home screen. We'll remove these content first. Then we have to check out the brief again. So we need to put these points on our home screen, right? The first line should be the headline in our home screen. Let's turn on the grid for now to see the boundaries. I will break this line here. Now we will put these 4 points right here, but before that, another thing needed here to put the placeholder for the hamburger menu. Now we will make 4 tabs for those 4 options, like this. I will make this a little lighter. Okay, so I will copy these points here. We'll remove this list style. So the first step should be for restore messages. This line should be smaller, about 14 pixels. So here should be the icon for restore messages. I will create a circle for that and it should be a little darker gray in color. Okay, so similarly we'll make 3 more tabs for these 3 points and we'll put the text inside these tabs. Now we will create a copy for another screen which will be for recover chats. So we will rename it as recover chats. Okay, let's check back in the brief. So we need to put a contact list and a search bar. So first we will write a headline here. Recover chats and bold, and this should be the back button, right? Okay, under this we will make a search bar. So I will select the rectangle and we'll draw something like this. Here should be our text search. It should be regular and we'll reduce the size. Now, I would like to add a contact list here. For that, I will make a small circle for the profile image Then here should be the name of the person. For example, Evelyn. And here will be her message. How are you, my friend? On the right side, I would like to add a message receiving time. I will group these elements together by pressing Ctrl G. Then I will create a copy by dragging and holding Shift and Alt key. Then Ctrl D to duplicate this group element multiple times in the same space. The next one was for recover messages. I will remove these elements from the screen, so don't need to write recovered messages here. Definitely here should be the name of the person, for example, Jackson. There should be message. So here will be our messages that we have received from that person. Again, this is the wireframe, so we're just making the simple placeholder for these things. Then we'll create two copies. Here on the top, I would like to add a profile image of the person also. Now we will move to another screen, which is deleted media. In that, we need to add images tab and videos tab, which means we need to add images tab, images gallery, and videos tab, a gallery of videos. So I will create another frame and rename it deleted media. I will delete these elements first. Deleted media should be the headline here. Then I will create two tabs here like this. One is for images and other is for videos, right? So here we will write images and here videos. Now under these tabs we will make an image gallery. First I will select the rectangle tool and will draw something like this. Then I will select the triangle tool and will draw a small triangle like this, and this should be a little darker. Then the second one will be smaller and we'll align it like this. Group it together and align to the center of the rectangle. So this is now ready to copy and paste for other images like this. Now it's done. The next screen is for status saver. We'll create a copy for this. Delete these images. We'll rename it as status saver. Also the frame. So here we will add 3 tabs for images, videos, and save. Then we will add again these images placeholders, but this time we will make it in different sizes, like this. Let's start the next one, which is for the direct messages. So here are some points that we need to insert here. I will just drag it near my frame. We'll create a copy of this. We'll rename it as direct messages, also the headline. This should be our main paragraph. The next thing is enter your message. We will create a box for this. If you turn on the grid, so you can see the boundary that we can align our objects with. So here should be enter your message. Then we will make 2 more boxes for enter number and select contact. We'll reduce the font size also. And for this one, here under these fields, we can do one thing more, and that is if you can add a contact list also, that should be a good thing. So I will just drag these 3 contacts here and will align it here. Okay, so this was a quick lo-fi. Actually, a low-fidelity wireframe is a simple outline that uses only basic shapes and text to represent UI elements. Now it's time to jump to the hi-fi, so we'll start from the splash screen. This time we will use their original logo here. I can find the logo in the brief that they have provided to me. We'll just copy by pressing Ctrl C and we'll paste by pressing Ctrl V. I will align this logo to the center. Okay, so we will not leave this splash screen as they're simple and white. Definitely we will make a design here. For that we can take inspiration from different sites like Dribbble, Behance, Mobbin, where you can find real projects, etc. So here I want to make a simple design from some circles. As you can see, the logo has 2 message icons which are kind of circles. So we will make something similar like that. I will select ellipse tool and we'll draw a small circle. I will keep this in the corner like this. And this circle should be in a white matte green color. And then I want to create another circle which will be in stroke but in black color. And we'll place this right here. Then I will create another small circle like this. I will place this right here, and this circle should be pure black. Then I will create another, and this should be again in the mint green. Now I will create something like this in the bottom also. So this was our splash screen. Let's move to the second screen, which is onboarding. First of all, I would like to change the background color to that mint green. Instead of these boxes, we will use actual icons. But before that, let's change the font style and sizes to that we added before in the project. So recovery app should be heading 1, larger heading. Similarly, we will change these points to paragraph 1. Also, this skip to paragraph 2, I will align this to the boundary. Let's turn on the grid to see the boundaries. Now we will replace here actual icons. For that, we will open a plugin called feather icons. So we can search here for the icons. Our first point is about deleted messages. So I will search in a delete keyword. I need this icon. Just click on that and it will import your icon. We'll definitely edit this icon for our requirement in the last, but let's search icons for another points. The second point is about direct messages. I will search for message, and yes, this icon is good. And the third one is about repeated text. So I will search for a repeat, and this icon is good for now. The last one is about mobile data. So I will search for a smartphone. This is fine for now. Okay, now we will customize these icons one by one for our requirements. So the first icon is about recovering deleted messages. So I will make 2 arrows around the bin. Like this. And the second one. I will group this icon. Perfect. Similarly, I will edit the second one. Here I would like to create 2 lines. Like this. And now I need to adjust the spacing a little. I would like to customize this third one also. Like this. And then the second arrow will rotate it. Here in the middle of these arrows, I will make a T icon by using this pen tool. And finally the last one. So here I will make only data icon inside this mobile icon by using pin tool. Like this. So I will drag this in the middle of the phone. Here I would like to increase the font size a little. So now we will group these icons. And we will distribute these icons in equal space. We'll also align the text in front of them. Now in the last, one icon needed more, and that is for the next. So we will again open our plugin and we'll search for an arrow, or maybe left. This icon is good. I will just rotate it for the next. Let's delete this one and we'll make another one. The size should be about 55 pixels is fine. I will turn on the grid and will align this to the boundary. Similarly, we'll keep a 20 pixel margin from the bottom. The button should be black and the icon over it should be white. I will give this button some roundness, about 14 pixels, and will align the icon in the middle of the button. We'll align this skip button also. And yes, one thing more, here in the middle of these two items, we will make a slide nav. So I will select the ellipse tool and will draw a small circle like this. And it should be black. Then I will create another copy. This time I will make this in a stroke of 2 pixels and the fill should be white. Then I will make this group by pressing Ctrl G and will align to the middle and also to this button. Now we have completed our first onboarding screen. Let's make another copy for the second one. So if you can see, these icons are outside of the frame. That's why these icons are not imported here. So the short method is to drag these icons outside and then drag to the frame instead of searching for the frame and elements in the layer panel. We will create a copy again and will rename it as onboarding 2. Now we will change the text. The first one is the title permission required. I will change this to heading 1, align and delete this one. Then we will copy these 2 points. We'll change the font for this heading to heading 3 and also this one. I will delete these elements and these paragraphs should be paragraph 1. And then we will drag it right here. Then we need to change these icons for these 2 points. For this, we will again open our plugin called Feather Icons. I would like to use this icon for multimedia files backup and will be placed right here. And then we need an icon for notification. Here it is. We'll increase the size a little. So here I need some more space for enabling buttons. So I will select a rectangle tool and will draw something like this. It should be wide and will apply a stroke and also some roundness. I will write here enable. The size should be a little smaller. 16 pixels is fine. Now I want to make a tick symbol by using the pen tool like this, and we'll add this now in the button. Similarly, we'll add this button in the second option. We'll adjust the width because I want to write something different here. Check to enable and we'll add this symbol again. Okay, in the end, I will remove this skip button from here and this next. I want to make the done button instead. So the width should be about 80 pixels. Done. And it should be white. We'll align it. And the font size should be 16 pixels. Similarly, we'll increase the skip text size, and this done should be bold. We'll also change the nav like this. So here is our onboarding completed. Now we will jump to the home screen. We'll create a copy. So we'll edit these elements one by one. First, we will change the headline to heading 2. And this placeholder is actually for the hamburger menu, so the width and height should be 35 or 36. And we'll make this black and also needs some roundness. By using the line tool, I will draw a line like this. Should be white, 2 pixels, and rounded caps. The width should be 15 pixels. Then I will create a copy and it will be a little smaller than that one. Align it. And group it together. So again, I want to create a design in the background here, just like we designed in the splash screen. For that, I will select the ellipse tool and will draw a big circle like this. It should be about 475 pixel wide. We'll adjust the position where it can look good. Okay, so the color should be that mint green, and we'll create another copy. Again, this should be in a stroke like we did before. We'll place right here. I think the position is looking good. Again, we will create another small circle here to keep consistency, and our design should be black and about 50 pixels. And then a small circle here which will be 20 pixels. And that mint green, cool. I would like to increase the line height in the headline a little, so we can edit the heading to from here also. I will increase the line height to 28 pixels. Now it's time to stylize these tabs one by one. So the width of this tab should be 350 pixels and the height should be 85 pixels or a little more. Okay, we'll apply some roundness about 14 pixels. And this tab should be black. The text over it should be white. And yes, we'll change the font and size to those styles that we added before. This one should be paragraph 3. We'll adjust the spacing and group it together to align it in the middle. Here I would like to add an arrow icon to enter the screen. So I will just drag this one right here. We'll align it in the middle and we'll change the color to that mint green. So now we need 3 more copies of this. I will drag it and hold the Shift and Alt key to create a copy. Then we'll press Ctrl D to duplicate it multiple times. Now we will make these changes in these other tabs by following the same process. Now it's time to import the related icons for each tab. For that, we will search for icons and we'll create some own icons. The first one is about restoring messages. So I will just drag that one and it should be white. Then I will drag that one here. I just needed these two arrows for restore. Ungroup it and make these two arrows white. Then I will make these arrows part of this icon. So the icon is ready. And the next icon is about deleted media. I will use this icon again, ungroup it and delete these lines because I want to add something new here. Change the color to white and increase the size a little. Now I would like to add a play button inside this pin to represent the media. For that, I will select triangle and will make something like this. The edges would be rounded and the line would be in the center and 2 pixels. The next one is about direct messages. For that, I will again edit this one. I will delete these two arrows and also these two lines. Now I want to break this outline right here. For this, I will add anchor point with the help of pen tool here and one more right here. Then we will use the selection tool to delete these anchor points. Here in the middle, I will add some small rounded shape like this. Now here I will add an upward arrow to represent that direct word. See how I am making that custom arrow? So this icon is ready now. The next one is about status saver. That is just simple. I will search for another messaging icon in the feather icon plugin. This one is fine. I will increase the size like this. Then I will add this arrow for save word inside that icon like this. Now you can see these icons are about ready, just need to group it and align to each other. I would like to change the color to that mint green. I will group these tabs and then it is important to keep equal space in between each tab. I will keep 20 pixel space in each tab. I will group these all tabs together and also these elements so that I can adjust the spacing and the proper position of the element in the screen. Like this. Now in the bottom, I would like to add this design again to fill this empty space. Now we will jump to the next screen, which is the recover chats. First, I will drag this button right here. I will align this text to the button. And here, instead of hamburger menu, I will make a back button. For that, I will drag that arrow icon and will rotate here. So this button will take us back to the home screen. I will change this headline to heading 2. Now we will stylize this search bar. The height should be 50 pixels and the width is fine. We'll apply the roundness of 14 pixels and the stroke of 2 pixels. The search should be paragraph 2. And here we need a search icon. So again, I will open the plugin and this is the correct icon. I will decrease the size of it a little. That's looking great now. So it's time to select these contacts. I would like to add another contact here. We'll distribute the space between these elements equally, or we can make changes in only one, then we can create copies. Let's delete these others for now. We'll change the text style and size. The name should be heading 3. This message should be paragraph 2 and the time paragraph 3. To create a copy of it, I will drag it and hold the Shift and Alt key and press Ctrl D to duplicate it multiple times. These are too close, so we'll distribute the spacing between them equally. I will ungroup all of these. So to put the profile images, I will select these all placeholders. Then right click and open the plugin called Avatar Generator and click on this Insert Photos button. It will generate and put random images in these placeholders automatically. If you don't like the list of these images, click on this Insert Photo button again. It will replace these photos. Now this looks good. I will change the names, time, and their messages for each contact right. It's done. Let's jump to the next screen, which is recover chats messages. This is actually when we open one of the chats in that list. I will delete these elements, then I will drag this back button and heading. I will turn on the grid to check the boundaries. So suppose we are opening this chat right here, we'll rename this to that person named Vida. Also needed her profile image. So we will adjust the position here in the middle. I would like to make a separator line here. We'll select the line tool and draw a line. Should be 2 pixels. Here on the right side, I want to add a screenshot icon. We'll open the plugin and search for the camera. This one is good and we'll just customize it a little. I will make a small square with a dash line. We'll create a rectangle, apply some roundness, remove the fill, we'll apply the stroke and we will make this dash line. Dash should be 8 and gap 6. I think the roundness should be 4. I will place this behind the camera. So I will fill the camera icon, will adjust the position. So the icon is ready. Now we will design the chats. So I will select the rectangle and will draw a small one first. We'll apply some roundness and I want to make roundness 0 for this corner. I want to make a notch here by using this pin tool. Like this. We'll change the color to that mint green. I will write hello here. We'll change the style to paragraph 2. Below this message, I would like to add the time for each message. And the size should be paragraph 3. Similarly, we will make some random messages like this. So the chat screen is ready. Let's move to the next one. So this screen is about deleted media. I will delete these elements first. Then I will drag this navigation bar here. We'll delete their profile image and name. Change the style to heading 2. Then we will create 2 tabs, one for images and other for videos. So if you want to create tabs equally, then you need to divide this width into 2. I will make this black. The height should be about 42 pixels. Then I will apply some roundness to that corner. This image text should be white. And here should be the video tab. We will put icons here. First, I will change the text styles. Now we will open our plugin feather icon. Search for the image. This icon is fine. We'll import this and it should be right there. We'll make this mint green. Then we'll search for the video icon and this is good. So I will adjust the position and spacing. Now we will design our image gallery. So I will select the rectangle tool. Then I will draw something like this. The width should be about 165 pixel and the height is about 210 pixel. We'll apply some roundness. I will make the color a little darker for now. I want to create 2 buttons here for download and delete. So I will create a small square. We'll apply some roundness. Adjust the position. Then I will create a copy for the second one. So again, here we need 2 icons. We'll open the plugin. First, I will search for download, this one. Then we'll search for delete, and this one is good. We'll reduce the size of this a little and we'll align these icons in the middle of these buttons. So these buttons should be white, but we'll reduce the opacity about 60%. Then we will create copies for other images. So we will keep 20 pixel space in between. It's time to put images inside these placeholders. So the easiest way to put random images is to install a plugin called Pixels. But for some reasons, I think it's not working today. Actually, it was very easy to put random images by just clicking this insert random images. But don't worry, we will use another plugin instead of this, and that is Unsplash. You can enter your keyword here like love. So then select an image placeholder and click on one of the image right here. It will put the image, but here we can put images manually. Now we will design the video tab. We'll drag this tab below the video. This time, this one should be round. We'll make the video color white and the icon should mint green. images and the icon should be black here. Need to align these two things. Now I will change these images again by using the Unsplash plugin. So we have changed the images and now a small play button is needed here. I will make a small circle first, like this. Will align in the middle and should be black, but the opacity should be 50% or 60%. Then I will create a triangle for the play icon. We'll make unfill, 2 pixel stroke and white. We'll make this center and rounded corners. The button is ready, so we will make other copies. Now we will jump to the next screen. It's about the status saver. It will be almost the same, but will add a tab for saved items. I will rename it as the status saver. Okay, we need 3 tabs here, so I will divide the whole width into 3. It will give us the exact width for each tab. So we'll apply the roundness on the left bottom corner. I will make this text white. The icon should be mint green. The videos and icon should be black. And another tab needed here for saved items. This icon is good for it. Make it align equally. This time we will change the style of the images a little. Instead of this deleted icon, I will place here the share icon. So we will import that icon from the feather icon plugin again. This icon is fine and will reduce the size like that. Now I will create a copy of this and will make this a little smaller this time, like this. I will create another copy of this and will place it here. Then I will create a copy of this so we can make things in different sizes in this way. Now duplicate these 4 items, but you can see these icons are again out of the frame, so we will drag it again to the frame. Like this. Similarly, we will change the images in these placeholder like we did before. So the screen is completed. Now we'll jump to the next screen, which is about direct messages and the last one. I will delete these elements and will drag right here. I will write here direct message. This line should be paragraph 1. Let's turn on the grid For now, I would like to make this field in the stroke form. We'll make this unfill and we'll apply the stroke. Also, the roundness should be 14 pixels. Text to paragraph 2. Now I would like to stylize this tab in a little different way, not like that simple. So here should be a line under this text, like this. The width should be 200 pixels. And enter number should be paragraph 2. I will make a country flag and country code here. I will open the plugin called Iconify. Here I will search for the Australia flag. Click to import this icon to your project. I will align this flag icon to these other items. So I will write here the country code AU +61 and the style should be heading 3. Here I need an arrow, so I will drag that one and will make this black. Okay, so this looks great. Now another thing is to select this contact list text and the list right. So the style of this text should be heading 3. I would like to add another help text like select from your contacts. Here I will add an arrow again to represent the contact list is below. Then we need an icon here. So we will search for an icon. If we find that, or we can make a custom icon. This user icon is good, but would like to edit this a little. So the icon is ready. So here are two options. You can enter a contact directly or can choose from your contacts. So I will write a small R text here like this. Now we will add a contact list here. So I will directly copy from there. We'll adjust the position. No needs for these items. So I will delete that. In the contacts, everyone has the about line just like in WhatsApp. So I will write something like that for everyone. Okay, so we will add a button for send the message. If you remember, we have designed that button in the component already. We'll just copy that and paste it here. The button should be in the bottom, but we'll keep 20 pixel space from the bottom. So the reason why we designed this button in the component is because when we make some changes in the button, like I'm changing the color of this button, the changes will apply throughout the design. Let's change the color again to that black. Another thing that I would like to add here to make the button more visible on these contacts. For that, I will select the rectangle tool and will draw something like this. We'll make this linear instead of solid, and I will make these holders upside down and white. Now we will adjust the opacity to make the button clearly visible on contacts, like this. We are done here. Another quick thing is that we need to create a screen for these menu items. So I will create a copy of home screen, then we will select the rectangle tool and we'll draw something like this. And we'll make this mint green. We will make here the opacity object to make this below items darker in the end, but let's focus on this for now. I will bring this menu to the front by pressing Ctrl Shift right square bracket. Okay, so when we open the menu, then this icon will be changed to one line. And this line will dissolve like this. And this line should be middle lined. Now we will add some menu items. The first one should be About Us. We'll change the style to heading 3. The second one should be Setting. The third, Privacy Policy. Fourth, Share. And Rate Us. Then we will select all of these and will distribute them equally. And here in the bottom, I will add the exit option also. Now we will add icons to these options also. So similarly, we will open the feather icon plugin and we'll add icons for all of these options. So we have added the icons and it's looking perfect. Now we will select all these elements and we'll group them together. So we will use this menu tab from here. I will delete this one for now. I will drag it there. And actually we will use the same button in both screens, so I will delete this one. I'll bring that one here on the front by pressing Ctrl Shift right square bracket. So when we click on this menu button, it will open and close like this. But here below this menu tab, I want to make the background darker in opacity when it's open. For that, I will make a rectangle like this. We'll make this black and give it opacity to about 60% or 50%. Now I will make this rectangle below that menu tab. Like this. You can see this tab is fully visible on the screen. Again, that menu icon should be on the front. And I will again make invisible one line in this icon and one visible, like this. And obviously this status bar should be on the front, so I will bring this forward. So in the home screen, I will drag this menu tab to the left like this and will reduce the opacity of this object to 0. We have designed all of our screens. Now it's time to take this design to an action. So ready for the prototyping. So we'll start from the display screen and we'll open the prototyping tab. So the display screen will be our starting point. Whenever we enter prototyping, it will start automatically from here. Then if you click on the interaction tab, you will be able to see another tab for interaction details. Now we can set the trigger from here. I want to do something like it load another screen after some time itself, right? For that, I will set the trigger to after delay and will give it 1500 millisecond to load another screen. Then you can see this small plus icon. You can click and drag to connect it to another screen like this, or you can connect from this tab to another artboard also. I will change the animation from here to dissolve and gentle. You can see the preview of the animation right there. Now I want to check this animation, so I will click on this play button. It will load our prototype in another screen like this, and here it is. But here I don't want to see my prototype in this device, so I would like to change it. Go back to the project. So here you can see iPhone 14 is selected, and here are a lot of devices listed that you can select for your prototype, but I will make this to none. Now we will move from onboarding 1 to onboarding 2. So we will set the trigger to on drag and navigate to onboarding 2. We'll select push to the left and gentle. 800 ms is fine. Let's check this in the preview. Perfect. Perfect. So that was on drag, but I would like to add some interaction in this next button also. So when someone click on this button, it will navigate them to onboarding 2, and other things should be as it is. Now if we check this again, you can see we have two options. We can change the screen on drag as well as on click by the next button. Similarly, we will add interaction to onboarding 2. I will set the trigger to on drag again to be able to move again to onboarding 1 screen. Navigate to onboarding 1. Push to the right and gentle. 800 ms is fine. So we can move easily to both screens by dragging. Now I want to add an interaction when we click on this done. It will take us to the home screen. So I will join this to the home screen. On click, navigate to home screen, downward and gentle. 800 ms. So that's perfect. So the next thing is that when we click on this hamburger menu, it will open this menu tab in the home screen, right? So we will connect this to this screen. Here is the interaction details panel. On click, navigate to home screen. I will make it this time smart animate, gentle, and 800 ms. Similarly, we will connect this menu to this screen. So when we click on this, it will close the menu tab again, and all the things should be as it is. Let's check this also. looking great. Now we will connect these tabs one by one to their screens. The first one is about restore messages, which will be connected to the recover chat screen. We'll change the animation to push and to the left side. Gentle and 800 ms is fine. And this back button will take us back to the home screen. I will group it and will connect to it. Push to the right and gentle. Now when we click on one of the person tab, it will open the chat screen. So I will group it together and will connect to this screen. Push to the left and other things should be the same. Then we will connect this back to this screen again. The second tab is about deleted media. So I will connect to this deleted media screen. Push to the left and other things should be the same. And when we click on this back button, it will take us back to the home screen. Push to the right and other things will be the same. Now here we will interact between these two screens. So when we click on the video tab, it will take us to the video gallery. When we click on this image tab, it will take us back to the images gallery. But let's group it together. And also this one. But make sure the names should be the same of both. So I will connect. The video tab should be pushed to right and the image pushed to the left. And other things should be the same. If we check this, no, I don't want to animate it like this. So I will select the video tab and we'll check the smart animate. Similarly, we'll do the same for the images tab. If we check this again, now it's looking good. Now the next screen is about status saver. So I will connect this status saver tab to their screen. But I think I did not change the name, so I will rename it as status saver. We'll set push to the left and this back icon will take us back to the home screen. And we'll set push to the right. And finally, the last one is about direct messaging. So we will connect this direct messaging tab to that screen. We'll push to the left and this back button to the home screen. But push to the right. Now it's time to check our prototype from the splash screen again. Alright, so that's the end of this video. We have learned project setting for app design. We have learned design process from low-fidelity wireframe to high-fidelity wireframe, and in the end we also did prototyping for this design. So I hope you have enjoyed this one. Now you have to do one thing: to download this app from the Play Store and let me know how this app is working for you and about this design in the comment box. Thanks for watching. Stick around.